What's happening, YouTube family? Look, a quick video. We're here, it's Saturday in the office at Social Agenda's headquarters. As you can see, we are in the office on a Saturday. Just finished an absolutely incredible day working with some new clients who are super successful agency owners in their own right. And I just wanted to jump on to explain, some of the things that we've been working on today, which are going to have a huge impact on the speed at which they can grow and scale their already successful marketing agency, right? Now, the first thing that we focus on in these days is the owners, right? These guys are co-founders, they're already doing upwards of 5 figures per month in their business, and it looks like it's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. Now, the thing that we wanted to avoid happening in this business was things getting overwhelmingly busy, right? And that's one of the key things I see with new consultants, new agencies, is they want to retain all of the cash flow, so they don't build teams and operations and systems early enough when the business is actually in a place where it can actually have team members and outsourced solutions involved with it. Okay, so we document and we start looking at the existing processes, but before that we jump into the personality types of the owners with some really in-depth personality assessments. And look, we don't take these personality assessments for gospel, right? The main thing that it does is it gives us a benchmark to measure what their own opinion of themselves is. And then it's kind of like, what do you agree with? What do you disagree with based on what that test and the analysis that comes back is. Super effective, super fun as well, because often whenever we do this with any business owner, the results are resoundingly accurate, right? And sometimes that can be a scary thing to see a machine just take a few answers and feed back who you are to yourself. Some cases better than you know yourself, right? So that's the first thing we start on. Now with co-founders, it's great for them to do this together because it allows them to kind of discover what kind of tasks and what kind of input each of them might be more powerful in. Whether that be delivery for somebody, whether that be sales for somebody else, and acquisition, whether that be operations for somebody, whether that be people management and managing team members for some people. All of that is relevant. Okay, after that I've got it on the whiteboard, so let me jump into the targets, goals, challenges, strengths that they feel they are currently operating on in their business at the moment in time. After that we jump into their existing ad campaign. So this agency in particular, they wanted to know how to scale up their already existing campaigns that they're running for clients. And when we looked at the accounts, we had our senior media buyer look at the accounts and just break down 3 different ad accounts and what can be done across the board to increase the performance of those individual ad accounts. Now, one of the things is organizational structure. The top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel ad spend distribution is a huge thing when scaling up, 9,000, 10,000, 20,000 per month spends. And look, it's not as simple as just turning the budget up to having more successful Facebook and Instagram advertising campaigns. There's a sequence of actions that should be taken. There's some proof that needs to be shown in terms of results before you decide to start ramping those spends up. And that was what we were able to deliver in the morning session as well. Really effective, really helpful, really, again, fun to see these guys learning this, taking this information on, and obviously they're going to be putting that into practice, not just over the next 30 days, but over the next, hopefully their entire careers. Because the great thing about these consulting days and these 1 month consulting partnerships are that once you learn this stuff once, you only have to learn it once to apply it and have success with it for the next however long your advertising career is going to go on, right? And now these guys, they're in a place in their business where they're managing a lot of they're managing everything themselves. There are no team members, right? And it's really exciting for me to give them this information because their time is about to be freed up so that they can focus on one thing and one thing much more, and that is growth, sales, growing their business, helping more clients, and in turn, helping more customers get their clients' products to make their lives easier, right? That's a bigger impact, not just financially that they can have in their own agency, but also fulfillment, right? Working with more projects means that you can help more people. And that is really one of the key things that we try to drive from these sessions is, look, this Financial growth is just one metric, right? Happiness, fulfillment, and health are equally as important metrics that have to be taken into account for a successful business and agency to operate. Boom, that was the morning. Then we went to the ad account. Yeah, we did the ad account breakdowns. Then we also walked them through some case studies, right? Some particular case studies and examples of what we're doing in our own business, social agendas marketing, to kind of show them and rebound some of the existing challenges that they're facing that we've kind of solved on certain accounts that are in similar niches and similar industries, right? And we're fortunate to have amazing clients. Now, before they do any of that, of course, they're on a non-disclosure agreement so that we're in line with compliance and practice, so that everything doesn't leave and fall into the hands of anybody it shouldn't. So completely secure, showed them these accounts, walked them through it, kept certain data anonymous, and the main thing that I always wanted in the beginning of my business career as a marketer was proof of concept. Look, you're telling me all this, you say, this is the way to do things, but don't tell me, show me. So it's my pleasure to always show people this is actually that information in practice, right? And that's super important for me. And I'm glad that I can be the one to make it available to incredibly successful business owners who want to do more, want to serve more. You're with me so far? Yeah, this is just the morning session, by the way. After that, we're breaking down the offers. We're analysing what they're selling, who they're selling it to, and what's involved with those offers. Then we're looking at the delivery of those offers, the time it takes, and then we're also looking at the client management side of things as well. So how do you actually deliver this service in an effective way? Are you delivering it in the most effective way? What does the communication look like between you and your clients? There are set procedures that we've come to put into practice to make sure that the client gets the best deal, right? It's not about us not doing the least. It's about over delivering and making sure that when you do over deliver, everybody's on the same page and that the client gets the absolute best outcome, because they are the most important part of this whole equation. Once we've done that, we looked at, how can we achieve these targets, goals, and what challenges do you need to overcome? Why haven't you done it already? Oftentimes it's adding a few pieces into the puzzle. So look, increasing your financial revenues and your sales in your business sometimes isn't about, I had a mentor who came in and worked with me on this. It wasn't about just going out and signing X amount of new clients and onboarding X amount of new clients. Sometimes it's about, look, what about your average customer lifetime value? How do you increase that? What about your your referrals? How many referrals are you getting for the campaigns that you're absolutely rocking it with? All of these things are really valuable, really powerful, and once you introduce those into your business, all of a sudden 10, 20, 30% of the growth can come from just a few tweaks on what you're doing already in your agency and in your business. Super powerful. So we've put them into actions, we've set those targets, and look, there's going to be growth. And then when you add the additional sales prospecting techniques, qualification techniques that we practice in our own business to try and help find the right clients and the right projects that we know we can add value and we know we can get the results on, it's a really, really powerful thing. Now the phone's ringing, I'm just going to decline that. Okay, cool. So after that we had lunch, went out to Nando's, had a bit of chicken, came back, and then it's all about, look, the hiring processes, right? So I want to help these guys bring in additional help, additional support to help run their business. The first place that we want to look at is, look, what do those job descriptions look like, right? So I made a document, copied and pasted. Literally, it's all about just making their lives as easy as possible. So how about this? How about I copy and paste every job description that we've actively put out for the different roles, and I'll tell you which roles to hire first. And why do I tell you that? Because we've done it ourselves. I've had to learn the hard way, hiring the wrong position first. Here's the job descriptions, and here's the order to do it in, and it's super effective. So first thing I did, create that, give them all the job descriptions, all the job posts straight out of Indeed, which is one of our preferred places to advertise new positions. After that, it's about giving them the hiring process, right? So we use an amazing software for all of our team management, all of our project management. And when I integrate that, look, you can integrate them back in the same thing on Google Sheets, but I just literally hit copy, export it as a Google Sheet, and now they've got an entire hiring process, exactly what to do step by step to get their job post out, find the right candidate, qualify that candidate, get them into an interview, and then boom, give somebody a job at the end of it, right? Super important, super powerful. After that, we're now looking at the operations of the business, right? So obviously you're starting to get an idea if you're still sticking around. By the way, what do you think of all this, guys? Drop it in the comments below. Is this adding some value to your own agency? Is this adding some value to your own business? I would love to hear some of your feedback. Please drop it below in the comments, engage. Always love replying to those comments myself. Now, after that, you know, tons and tons already done in the day. We're looking at the operations. So how do you go about taking a client from, you know, literally the deal is done to executing on every single service? Now that's the Facebook ads, the Instagram ads, the landing pages, the emails, the content creation, the onboarding, you name it, literally step by step. And why does this exist? You might be asking yourself. It didn't exist simply so I could train others on it. These are the existing processes I'm using in Social Agendas right now. So it's very easy for me to just open access and share access with these individuals, right? Super easy and super effective, because these aren't the first editions of these operations. These are like the 5th, 6th editions, because we've been refining it over the last 4.5, 5 years. So get those into a spreadsheet, get them onto Google Sheets, go through each of those operations, make sure they understand every single detail in each of those steps. Once they've got those steps sorted, we're moving on. So what do we move on to next? Okay, it was the resources handover. So look, we've already developed their offers. These guys came in, they were actually just selling one offer at the time of entering this building, right? We've now diversified their offers and made sure that they've got some much higher value, higher impact offers that they can put out into the marketplace to serve their clients on a deeper level. That's what it's about. You make more when you give more, right? If you've got additional value to add, you've got to get that out there into the marketplace. And if you've got the operations manual to show exactly how you go about executing that, now you're starting to see why investing and paying your way forwards with mentors, coages, the same way I have, the same way I'm doing right now with my fitness coaches and all the rest of it, is super, super effective. So if you don't have one of those investment mindsets yet, it's one of the biggest things I can recommend for fast tracking your growth from where you are to where you want to be, right? Now, we go through all of the resources. They've got these new offers. Here's how to execute those offers. Here's the presentations. Here's the audit examples. Here's all of the examples of our proposals. Here's the offers that we've taught you in real life practice. Here's the clients we currently have working with us because those services are so valuable to their business. Are you starting to get it? I think if you're receiving this message, you're starting to understand, like, we really does this. I'm really about this marketing life. One of the things that these guys were quite surprised at was, you know, I never started training anybody until I built my agency for at least 2.5 years, right? And after those 2.5 years, the requests kept coming where I thought, you know what, let me give back and share all the things I wish I knew in the beginning. And that's what these training programs that we operate, the mentorship programs, are really all about. It's about sharing all the stuff I wish I knew to help people achieve things a lot quicker and a lot faster than they would on their own. Boom, project resources, all that's handed over, the training, blah, blah, blah. And then we're talking about actions and review. So let's map out the next 30 days. I hated going to a training session and having zero follow-up support. So for the next 30 days, we've got tangible goals, numbers, actions, output that needs to be achieved. And actually one of the guys is going on holiday on Monday. So in actual fact, we've just had to stagnate that, and it's going to start a week. Next week they've got off, they can digest the information, but then that 4 weeks of support happens where we can guide them and mentor them. It's all good just giving the information, but what about when a question arises? What about when something goes wrong, right? It's super important to have a mentor, and it's super fulfilling for me to be able to give that guidance on the small intricate details that can make huge impacts, right? So that's going to be the next 30 days. Cool. Let me know your thoughts on anything that you want more information on. There's a lot of stuff I've just discussed. Happy to produce more content. Happy to share more information on every single one of those in other videos. What would you like a video on? What can I share with you in this video, in another video, which I've just briefly touched on? Is there one of these subjects you're really struggling with? Are you doing all the work? And that, kind of exemplifies what today was all really about. It's about taking these guys from being glorified freelancers, which can earn a hell of a lot of money, by the way, there's nothing wrong with it, but then doing what I did, which is turning myself from a glorified freelancer, doing all the ads, all the landing pages, everything, into an actual business owner. Freelancer to business owner, two different things. Trust me, the business owner side of things is a lot more impactful simply because you can get more done and you can give a lot more to a lot more people and clients. Let me know your thoughts. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, check out some of the other content. Have you seen the New York vlog part 1 that I've just released? Drop myself a comment, a question, anything you need help with. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, Aaron_Branch. I'm out of here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my evening with my lovely partner Holly, and I hope this has helped in giving you either some inspiration or some more clarity around where you might want to go next if you're scaling up your own agency. Peace!